Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. It's 12:30 a.m. here in Singapore, and if it's the first time you're seeing me today, I am Rebecca So, stay-at-home mompreneur of three beautiful girls, and today I'm really excited to be able to have on with me Dave and Roxanne. Oops.
Yeah,
Hi,
Thanks,
Dave. Hi,
Rebecca.
Roxanne.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for having us here.
yeah, it's always a
Thank you so
pleasure
much. Yeah.
to do this. Yeah,
Thank you so much for coming on because yeah, like I said, like I told you, I'm willing to, uh, share this powerful and inspiring story with everyone. Anytime you guys are available. Yeah. So thank you so much for making time and yeah to share like your story with all of the audience here. Yeah.
Thank you.
So shall we begin?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay, yeah, first, would you like to introduce yourselves and yeah, tell everyone who you are and yeah,
Yeah, awesome.
basically.
So again, my name Dave. This is my wife Roxanne, and we actually live in Calgary, Canada right now. I'm originally from the Philippines, and I moved here in 1996. My background is I went through engineering, and I found that it wasn't a fit for me, so I took a leap of faith. I went on my
Mhm.
first journey in the entrepreneurial world back in, I believe, 2004. And that's where I met
Mhm.
Roxanne. I was
Oh,
Roxanne's manager. I managed her really well because I married her, right?
Yes. So myself, I also moved from the Philippines to come
mhm.
here, and my background is basically finance, right? And when I saw that you can actually, like, my dream is really to help my parents retire in their retirement, and I realized that even though we have great careers, we have, like, good income and all that, it's only good for the two of us and then our future kids at the time. And so we realized we had to do something different, so we did, side hustles, different things, just to get ahead in life. And over 3 years ago, in 2018, that's when we found this online
Yeah,
business.
we have no experience. We come from the corporate world.
Yeah, I mean, this leads me to the next question. Like, what was life like before you started this digital business?
Yeah, so I always talk about this in our webinars.
Mm.
October 2018 is when we started the business, but
Yeah.
prior to that, we did a lot of things, failed in a lot of things. And leading into this, we were in $86,000 in consumer debt. So we were stressed, couldn't sleep at night, more gray hairs growing than I wanted to, and no peace financially. And we were praying for something, and
Mhm.
an ad showed up, just like many other people, right?
Yeah, and of course, if you're stressed out with finances, there were times that we argue, right? Our budget, like for food or like little things, it's limited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we know there's something out there. That's why we've been looking for something, because our prayer was to lead us to the right business, lead us to a solution that could help us pay off our debts, and maybe get us ahead in life, and quit our jobs at the time. That was our prayer.
I mean, we were happy, but financially, we were really paycheck to paycheck, and
Yeah.
in so much debt that we couldn't dig ourselves out of that
Mhm.
hole. Right. That was
Yeah.
the situation before digital business. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand about, when we are financially stressed, we will be like, yeah, everything we have to control and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Yeah. So, I mean, like, what made you step into this digital business? Like you said, you failed
hmm
a few side hustles and stuff, right?
I always talk about this, that when you fail at something, I believe God is preparing you.
Yeah.
If you have a dream in your heart,
Mm-hmm.
you if you continue to pursue it, God prepares you to things. And we shared this before, that we failed in about 24 businesses, a lot of businesses. That's why we got into
Oh,
so much debt. But now in hindsight, it was a blessing
Mm-hmm.
because when we saw the digital business, we knew it that it was a good business instantly,
Mm-hmm.
because we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? We've seen some,
Yeah.
businesses that were good, some ugly businesses, some things that didn't work out. But when we saw the digital business, we knew this was the prayer that we were hoping for, because we weren't just looking for any business. We're looking for a business that not only will make us money, but will give us time freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the business that we've tried, the more successful you become, the more also your time is not there, because it's traditionally an offline or maybe a franchise thing where you have to spend a lot of time as
Mm-hmm.
successful you become. So the reason why we stepped into this, because we knew instantly, but when we saw the webinar, that it was
Yeah.
it was a good business.
And also another reason why we stepped into this business is we saw
Mm-hmm.
normal everyday people getting
Mm.
results. Like I've seen immigrants like us, people that are older than us, people that doesn't speak much English, people that are have more kids than us, people that like don't have any experience as well. And they're getting results. They're quitting their jobs. They're paying off their debts. They're buying their homes and paying off their homes. It's just having more time freedom and going to more vacations, right? And that really like I told my husband saying that what, if these people can do it, certainly we can do it.
Yeah,
And that,
yeah,
yeah.
hope is a powerful thing, because we were almost hopeless in our finances at the time. But when you see others, from where they were
Yeah.
and where they are now through the digital business, we're like, wow, if they can, we can as well. So that
Hmm.
was kind of really powerful. Back 3 years ago, almost 4 years now.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, so like, how has this digital business changed your life? Like you were saying, almost 4 years, right, in this
Yeah,
business?
October this year will be 4 years.
Yeah.
Um, you
Wow.
know, uh, I always tell people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to sugarcoat anything. It does require work. It requires
Yes.
effort. But I always tell people will pay the price if they know what the promise is.
Hmm.
And in the beginning, when we saw the promise that people became free, we were willing to put in the work. It's
Hmm.
kind of like I tell people, when I took my my engineering, right? We knew it was 4 years of hard work. It was four
Oh.
years of no
Schooling.
income, schooling. Devote your time, right? Because our parents
Mm-hmm.
told us that you'll do well financially. That's what I did. But so we saw that. So just to give you kind of a perspective, because of that hard work, and the effort that we put in, within I believe 16 months, I believe in 16 months we were debt free, completely debt free. I have this thing called financial peace. When you don't know, owe anything from anyone, for some reason your jump is a bit higher, your smile is a bit bigger, your hug is a bit tighter. You sleep good at night because you know that you have peace. That was for me. Our just initially
Yeah.
in our first 16 months, that was kind of some of the biggest accomplishment I think we did initially, right?
Yeah. And another thing, because of this online business, it allowed us to now we're full-time parents. We're full-time in this online business.
Mm-hmm.
Like he used to be a general manager, and in 14 months he was able to quit his job, and for me in 29 months I was able to leave my work
Not go
sooner
back
and
from it.
not go back from my maternity, because I was on my maternity leave as well, so I don't have to come back. And that really gives us now more time for our kid, for for our son, and it just feels good to be able to do that, because we were, sometimes we reflect and thank God that we have this
Yeah.
freedom. I think that's really powerful to be able to not just as a mother to be there, but also him, he's always there to help us out. And really now we're also helping, just little things to treat my mom, to treat our parents. We're like the little things, give my parents, shopping spree, right? Like the little
Mm-hmm.
things
Yeah,
that
that's the best.
you can't do it if you're only depending on your job, right? And we just
Mm-hmm.
recently bought our new home as well last year, so
Mm-hmm.
that's really a big thing for us. So it's, and now I think the most rewarding, aside from personal benefit, is also to see other mentees of ours that are getting the results as well, being able to become full-time in this business. Some of our mentees are, quitting their jobs as well, having more time with their families and having more vacation time. I think that's really like very rewarding that you see other people getting the results as well.
Yeah, it's when you have time freedom, it's incredible. Because when you're not relying on a job to you keep going back to to pay for your bills. It's a different feeling. Like give you an
Mm-hmm.
example. Right now we have a family member that's critical in the hospital, and it's good to be there. To because we have the time. Everyone else has to
As
arrange
well.
work and all that stuff, make some time off. But we can because we have a business that runs without without us being there. So it's such an
Yeah.
incredible life change. Just a short time, for less than 4 years, almost 4 years. Just enough, same amount of the time me going to school,
Mhm.
uh, in,
Yeah.
in, in engineering, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to see the changes, and I've always been inspired by your story. Like,
Yeah.
is the benchmark, and I'm dreaming even more now that I see that everything is possible.
Oh
Like,
yes,
Yes.
yes.
I have a big family as well. All of us live. I live with my parents. um, I have 3 kids, and my husband is the only one working. My sisters, they moved out, so yeah. And then, yeah, we have really big family. Like, I always see you having big
Hmm.
family gatherings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have big family too. My dad has like 7 siblings. My mom has
Wow,
like 10
Wow.
siblings.
that's
Yeah.
Incredible.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, to be able to see the potential to be able to give back to the family as well is a dream that I really want to fulfill. And yeah, like,
Mhm.
you have shown that it can be done. And yeah, that is the inspiration, that we've been blessed to see. And we've been blessed to be in awe of the
Thank you.
yeah. So, I mean, okay, besides that, like, for anyone who's watching now, or who's gonna watch the replay, would you have any inspiration, like, to leave with the audience, like,
Yeah. I,
to let
I
them
I
know?
always say that um, people are pray for things. We were praying for something, right? We prayed for a way out, right? And we prayed for, we say, heal our finances. I believe that God will always give you divine appointments, right? He will say, this is the solution, right? But the
Yes.
key is when you see the divine appointment, because God will lead you to the divine appointment, right? You have to keep the appointment, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
keeping the appointment means that it won't be easy, right? The solution won't be
Yes.
easy. You know,
Yes.
the going will get tough because
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
God is not interested in what you're gonna get, right? He's interested in who you become in the process. Because in
Yes.
order to be able to receive more than what you have now, you have to become a better person, right? You have to be able to, because the blessing can only do two things. It can break you or bless you. We've seen so many people that won the lottery, that wasn't ready for the blessing. It broke them, right? No,
Yep.
if you just search it online, they said, I was way better before getting this finances because it broke them instead of blessed them, right? So when you see a divine appointment, make sure you keep it, because that was the answer, but you have to stay
Mm-hmm.
through the process until you get there. Our process was a long process, but it was worth it, right?
Yeah, and also, some people that are watching this may be skeptical as well,
Yeah.
because I was skeptical when Dave showed me this ad, this webinar, right? And the reason why some people are skeptical and why I'm skeptical is, I had bad experience before, right? I was exhausted. I thought it's gonna be the same, and some people are just skeptical not because they have experience, but because they just don't know the information. They just heard it from someone else, right? So the only way to lower your skepticism is to have more knowledge, to educate yourself, be open, right? Just like what Dave said, when we prayed, this showed up to us. if I was, I was skeptical at the beginning, but good thing, I opened up after a couple of times that he showed me. I saw real
Four
people.
months after that.
4 months, after 4 months, I said yes to it, right? So, I became open and I saw real people getting results. And you know what? That was the best decision we've business decision that we've made. And now our life has changed. So for people that are watching, take a look at the webinar, and it is a free information, right? And you will be assigned, like Rebecca is a great mentor, and she's a great help, and a lot of people like us here, coaches and mentors, are there to help you out. So you are in the right reason why you're here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like I can't put words to it. Like we have a few of my friends from Asia over here. Like we have Cynthia from um, Sabah, Malaysia, and
Wow.
we
Hi,
have
Cynthia.
yeah, and we have Luciana from Singapore. She's
Hi,
Wow.
originally
Luciana.
from Indonesia. We have
Wow.
Wow.
we have Monkey also watching from Malaysia as well.
Malaysia.
So thank you
Wow.
so much all my friends for watching, and thank you for tuning in, and thank you Dave and Roxanne for your time,
Thank you.
for sharing, and like thank you so much for inspiring the people on my page to uh, be, like you said, be educated with the knowledge that they need to know that uh, the online space is not always uh, unsafe. Yeah, we are real people, and we are normal everyday people, but yeah, we have success stories like that, where
Mhm.
things can happen if we work hard for it,
That's right.
right? Yes.
That's right.
Thank you so much once again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Thank
much.
Rebecca. Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.